Welcome to Yoga Stretch. My name is Katie. Today we're going to talk about evening up our bodies. So during the day we might do many repetitive activities like sitting at a table, getting in and out of a car, riding a bike, sitting at a desk, working on a computer. So we're using a number of muscles the same way consistently. And this can result in building up strength in one side of our body more than the other. As a result of doing that, you may end up with overuse injuries. So what we need to look at is trying to get a broader range of movement in our muscles today and focusing on strengthening our weakest side. Now, we're naturally wired to either being right-handed or left-handed. And some people are very fortunate to be wired to both sides of their body. But since most of us are wired to one or the other side, we have to be quite careful that we don't overuse our favourite side. So let's try that today. We're going to begin by coming down to the floor and taking a lie down. Now, let's lie down nice and comfortably, and I want you to press the elbows in the floor, draw the shoulders towards the hips and hug them in slightly. Flatten the back. Lift the chin up, tuck the chin in, just like a little yes nod, and place the head down. And just bring your hands by the sides, or you can place your left hand on your heart centre and right hand on the belly. Okay, so let's pause here for several breaths. I want you to notice where your breathing is to start off with. Relax around the neck and the shoulders. Notice the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and out. Now let's bring our awareness back to our body. We're going to do some full body stretches. So let's bring the arms to the sides and bring the toes forward so they're pointing towards your head. And then we're going to breathe in, point the toes away, lift the arms over the head. Big breath in, open the chest and breathe out. Bring arms to sides and toes forward. Let's breathe in, arms overhead, nice big stretch, and breathe out, hands back to sides. Let's do that 3 more times. So just in your own time, pause with your arms over your head and your toes pointed away, and then breathe out, hands back to sides. Let's try that 2 more times. Breathe in, arms overhead. See if you can tap your fingernails on the floor. And breathe out, bring your hands back to sides. Now we're going to bring our feet just a little bit wider than our hips, and we're going to start to roll our feet inwards and outwards, inwards and outwards. Just move several times inwards and outwards. And now this time when you roll your feet inwards, see if you can touch your toes down to the floor. Now you might find you go a little bit pigeon-toed, but if you can't get your toes down to the floor, that's okay. That's a little bit more challenging than putting the outside edges of the feet to the floor. And then rotate your feet inwards, and then rotate outwards so you can see if you can tap the floor with the sides of your feet, and then inwards. And let's try one more time, outwards. Okay, beautiful. And release your feet. So now we're going to walk our feet a little bit closer. Squeeze your buttocks, lift your hips up. So you're connecting with the floor with your heels and with your shoulders and the upper body. So your hips are not touching the floor at all. That's it, beautiful. Just pause here a little bit longer and let's lower ourselves down quite comfortably to the floor. Now we're going to cross our ankles over, so right ankle over the left, and bring your arms out to the sides, and let's rock the hips from side to side. Lifting up into the hips. Now we're going to rock our hips over to the right, lift the right, or over to the left, lift your right hip up, turn your head to the opposite direction. And then lower yourself down. And we're going to change the cross of our ankles and just rock the hips from side to side again. Now, roll to the right, lift your left hip up. Now squeeze your buttocks a little bit, push your hips forward, turn your head the opposite direction. Okay, beautiful. Lying on the back. Now walk your feet to the end position. And let's take the right hand behind our neck. We're going to take the left hand outside our right knee, tighten the tummy, lift up, shoulders are down. Now, this is our level 1 position. Level 2, you're going to lift your legs up and you can slide that hand outside the ankle, your opposite ankle. Now, try to keep your hips nice and even, your shoulders down, tummy flat, chin to chest. Okay, let's bend those knees, place the feet down again. This time take the left hand behind the head and take the right hand outside the left knee. So this is our level 1 position. Remember to keep this elbow a little bit wide, shoulders down. Level 2, you're going to lift your feet up and you can slide your hand to your ankle. Keep nice and even through the hips. Now, if you're finding it's a little bit challenging on one side, that's the side you need to strengthen and even up. So you need to work a little bit more on that side. Just challenge yourself. Hold nice and firm, tummy flat. That's it, beautiful. And then bring your knees down to your chest again, hands by your side. Place one foot and then the other on the floor. Now we're going to lift up both legs. So one knee, then the other, and lift one foot, then the other. Tighten the tummy. Now you can have bent knees if you want. If you need to hold the backs of your legs, please do. Otherwise, if you can straighten your legs a little more, draw your navel down to your spine. Make sure you've got a nice flat tummy, and then we're going chin to chest, gaze at the thighs, and slide your hands up your legs. You can hold calves, you can hold ankles, or bring your toes forward, hold your big toes. Try and keep nice and steady on both hips. Don't rely on one hip, make sure they're even. Okay, let's lower ourselves down again. We're going to roll to the side. We're going to place the hand under the head and just extend the legs forward, a little bit forward of the hips, toes towards you. And lift one arm up to the ceiling, then extend it over the head, and we're going to draw circles with our arm. Breathe in for half the circle, breathe out for the other half, and I want you to check into your shoulders to make sure that movement is quite comfortable and easy. Now let's draw circles the opposite direction. So one breath per circle. Notice the shoulder. Notice the change of direction may affect the movement of your shoulder. Last one. Place the hand down, lift up onto your elbow. Now, shoulder needs to be drawn towards the hip. Rib cage lifted, so don't let it sag down. You need to lift it up. Bend your knees. Now we're going to start off by lifting our hand up, breathe in, breathe out, reach under your waist. Breathe in, lift up, and breathe out, reach under the waist. That's it, let's do that again. Breathe in, and breathe out. This is our level 1 position. Breathe in, lift your arm up. Now you're going to extend the top leg, lift up into a supported side plank. You can also go to level 3 in a full side plank. Otherwise, join me. Breathe in, breathe out, reach the arm under the waist. Breathe in, reach up, breathe out. Reach your hand as far as you can under your waist and look at your hand 3 underneath. Can we do that 2 more times? Last one. Lifting up, lower your hips down, and let's swing the legs around to the other side. Place your head on top of your hand, and let's extend the legs, bring the toes forward. Now lift your arm up to the ceiling and then over your head. Let's circle. Breathe in for half the circle, breathe out for the other half. Now just think about what your arm felt like circling on the other side. Do you have more restrictions in the side, or is it pretty much the same? Let's circle our arms the opposite direction. And last one. Come up onto your elbow. Make sure the elbow is directly under the shoulder. Lift the rib cage up. And let's lift our arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Thread the arm under the waist. Breathe in. Open the chest. Breathe out. Thread the arm underneath. Let's do that again. So level 1. Let's go to level 2. Extend the bottom leg and lift up. Or you can go to level 3, full side plank. Now let's lift the arm up. Breathe in, breathe out. Reach your arm under your waist. Breathe in and breathe out, reach. Let's continue. And last one. Breathe in to lift, breathe out to lower. Now we're going to face forward and bring the feet into a V. So your legs can be as wide as you like or as narrow as you like. It just depends on your hips. So lift the hips up, take a seat, and we're going to take the right foot to the thigh. That's it. Left foot, toes towards you, and make sure they're pointed at the ceiling. So lifting up through the rib cage, take the left hand on the shin, rotate the ribs to the right, and let's lift our hand up and over. Now shoulders away from ears, take a little bend to the side, gaze under your arm, pick a comfortable head position. Your palm can be forward elbow bent if you have any shoulder issues. That will make your shoulder more comfortable. For some of you, you might be able to bend down a little lower. Breathe into the side of your body, right into the side of the rib and the hip where you're stretching. And then let's lift up. Beautiful. Now let's bring this leg forwards. Now this foot can stay in this position. That's our level 1. Level 2, you're going to bring your knees together and have the foot behind. Level 3, the full hurdler pose. You're sitting up nice and tall and take your right hand outside your left knee, other hand behind the back. Lift up tall, tighten the tummy and twist with the rib cage. And one more breath, and let's turn around and face forward. Bring your leg forward. Now we're going to bring the feet into butterfly pose. Now you can bring your heels nice and close to hips, or you can lift your hips up and move them closer to the heels. Now let's keep the hands behind us and see if we can lift the hips up. Squeeze the buttocks, open the chest, see if we can get the hips a little bit closer to the heels. And get a nice big stretch through the inner thigh. So your chin can be at the chest. Open your shoulders up. You can gaze up or lower the head back, checking in that this is a comfortable position for your neck and you're getting a very good stretch. Then lower yourself down and extend the legs forward. So you don't want them near the hips this time. Pull your tummy in and relax forward. Now your hands can be on the tops of the feet, or you can slide your hands underneath your calves and place them on top of your feet. Pull your tummy in and lower your head down. Now we're breathing into the outer edge of the hips. So breathe into the belly, lower back, and feel your hips expand out with your breath in. Focus on whether you're working evenly in your hips. So we're trying to even our body out. So we need to make sure we're breathing evenly into the hips. Okay, lifting ourselves back up again. And we're going to bring our legs just a little bit closer. We're going to wrap one arm around the waist, the other behind the back. Shoulders are down, lift up nice and tall and twist. And let's wrap the arms around the other way. Shoulders down and twist. This time we're extending our legs forward, so the right leg goes on top of the left, sitting up really tall, and we're going to hold the outside the calf with the left hand and lift the right arm up and over into a side stretch. You can gaze under your armpit or pick a particular head position that suits you. So we're getting a very big stretch through the side. Okay, beautiful. And lifting up. Lower the hand down. Now slide that ankle just above the knee. You can put your foot back in this position, or join me and try this. So we're stretching the hip a little bit more strongly now. Roll shoulders back, lift the chest up. Tummy tight. Bring your toes forward. And again, you can pick your head position for this posture. Otherwise, join me in lifting your hips up. Keep your shoulders wide and squeeze a little bit in the bottom of your buttocks to keep your hips lifted. Breathe into the belly and pick your head position. And let's take a seat. Beautiful. Bring your legs back to a V position. Toes forward and pointing upwards. Take your left hand on your shin. Rotate your ribs to the right and lift your right arm up and over. Now again, picking the same position as you did last time. You might find one side has a little more stretch than the other. Just think about which side that is. So is it your strong side or is it your weakest side? Which side is working better? Now, when you're trying to even your body up, you notice what the strong side can do and you try to match it with your weakest side as best you can. Okay, let's lift up and we're going to bring that leg forward, foot to thigh for level 1. Otherwise, level 2 or level 3 hurdle pose. We're going to take our left hand outside the right knee. Right arm behind the back. Draw the spine up tall by pressing the fist down, shoulders draw down, tummy in, rotate through the rib cage. Okay, so let's bring our leg forwards and we're going to take the left leg in front of the right this time, sitting up nice and tall, and wrap your left arm around your waist, right arm behind the back, shoulders down and lift up nice and tall. And we're going to wrap our arms around the other way. Shoulders down, tummy in. Look in front of your shoulder. Breathe around your rib cage. And bring yourself forward. Slide your legs away, and this time we're taking the right hand outside the left leg, left arm over the head, stretch into the side of your body. Okay, lovely. And let's slide the left foot up to our knee, or you can have it inside your thigh, and your knee. Open the chest, so widen your shoulders. Hug the shoulder blades together at the back, tummy in. Bring your toes forward. Stay in this position or lift up into a tabletop. And let's take a seat. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to come onto our knees and have our toes together, knees a little wider, child's pose. Lengthen through the arms, forehead down. Now pull your tummy up, navel up, shoulders head towards hips. And let's pause here for a few breaths. Now breathe into your back and around your ribs. Now lift up into a cat and then a down dog. Now adjust your feet so your feet are in line with your hips, your wrists in line with your shoulders. Pull the tummy up, bring the chest towards the thighs. Shoulders towards hips. Walk your heels up and down. Take a nice big stretch in your ankles and calves. Okay, now we're going to nod our head in a yes movement to loosen up the neck muscles. And then sideways, just in a no movement. And walk your feet up towards your hands. Let your upper body hang down. So the heels and feet are just under your hips. To give you support, hold your elbows. Pull the tummy up and let your upper body hang down a little bit more. Chin to chest, and let's move our elbows and our torso from side to side. Okay, hands on shins. Let's breathe in, breathe out. Tighten the tummy, let the hands slide up the legs. Lift shoulders to ears, roll them back and draw them downwards. Nice. Let's just give ourselves a little shake here. Now we're going to do 2 rounds of sun salute with modifications, and we're going to include some balances. So let's face forward. So I'm going to face sideways because my mat is long ways. You'll be able to see the whole movement more easily. We're going to stand in mountain pose to start off with. So bring your feet quite close together without touching your bones. Lift your toes up, spread them out. And then let's lift the rib cage up. So draw your ribs away from your hips so your spine lengthens, the whole spine right up to the crown of your head. Lengthen up. Tummy should draw inwards, thighs a little firm, just a little squeeze in the bottom of the buttocks to hold you nice and stable. Your instep should lift up a little. Shoulders to ears, roll them back, draw them downwards. Tuck your chin in a little so you're not pushing your chin forward and straining the back of your neck. So let's pop it in and see if we can get that nice balance with the head on the spine. You can close your eyes if you wish. Stretch your fingers out, reach the fingers down just a little towards the floor, just enough to bring your shoulders down a little bit away from the ears. Now check in with your body and see if you're nice and evenly balanced. So you naturally gravitate towards your strong side. So I want you to try and keep very even through both sides. Now let's breathe in. Sun salute, circle the arms up to the ceiling. Stretch up, nice big reach. Try and make it even, both sides of the body. Breathe out. Forward fold. Pull your tummy in, chest to thighs. Flat back. Lengthen through your spine. And breathe out, forward fold. Step back to plank. And we're going to pause in plank just for a little bit. So we want the wrists under the shoulders. We need to draw the shoulders away from the ears. Just try and tuck the bottom of the shoulder blades inwards. Draw the navel up, a little squeeze in the bottom part of the buttocks. And let's take 3 breaths here. Remember to look in front of your fingers, so you don't want to drop your head down and look at your toes. If you do need to go to your knees, please just drop the knees down. Let's take 3 big breaths into the rib cage. Let's breathe in, breathe out, plank to floor, and breathe in, cobra, and breathe out, down dog. Now make yourself comfortable in this position, perhaps a little movement from side to side, and get the weight evenly through each side. So if you go side to side, make it a bit slower each time until you stabilise and you have stopped and you're even with your weight through your hands and your feet. And then let's crouch, look between our thumbs, step right foot, left foot forward, forward fold. Okay, flat back and forward fold. Breathe in, sun salute, lift up. Reach up to the ceiling, breathe out, hands to sides, back to chest in prayer, deep breath in and out. Focus on your balance, even with your feet. Beautiful. Now we're going to roll our right foot forward, wrap that right foot around the left. If you are wobbly, keep your toes on the floor. If you want a little extra challenge, lift your foot up to your calf or wrap your toes around your calf like eagle legs. This is our thinker pose. So we're going to reach our arms forward, palms up. We're taking our left thumb across the palm and the fingers wrap around the thumb. Take that fist under your chin. Take the right palm under your elbow. You can stay here for your thinker, or you can pull your tummy in and sink down a little lower so the back of your hand rests on your knee. Keep your back nice and straight by drawing your shoulder blades down and your tummy in. Let's take 3 breaths here. Now unwrap your leg, you can tap it down if you want, and just extend it back into a warrior 3 with aeroplane wings. Now if your leg needs to be down a bit lower than mine, that's fine. Otherwise we're aiming to get it parallel to the floor. Now from here we're going to lower the back toes down, then the heel. Bring your arms forward. We've got an archer. So the left hand is going to hold the bow in position. The right hand, we're going to also turn it into a fist and draw the elbow back so the hips and the chest face sideways. We're going to turn our gaze over to the front hand and check that our legs are nice and strong. Front knee in line with the ankle. Firm tummy, firm buttocks. Take 3 breaths. Then release both arms, lift them up. Straighten your front leg. Take the left hand on the left hip. Take the right arm, reach it forwards and bring it outside your left leg. You can have your hand on the floor if you're a little bit stretchier than me. Tighten your tummy, squeeze your buttocks together, rotate your chest. You can have your hand on the floor on the other side if you need to. Don't lock your front knee. This hand can go to the ceiling, but if you can't quite rotate your torso, just pop your hand on your hip for comfort. Now we're going to bend the front knee and keep that hand outside your leg for a reverse side angle pose. Lift your hand up. It's quite challenging for the balance, as well as pressing your arm into your leg, keeping yourself nice and strong. Lower your arm down, take hands on either side of your front foot. Front foot goes back into down dog. Now we're going to rotate our toes outwards and heels inwards for a squat. Walk your hands back to your feet. If you do find squatting is a little bit challenging for you, then come into a butterfly pose sitting on the floor. Otherwise you can join me. You're going to take your right hand across your body, your left arm behind your back. If you can come into a bind around your right knee. So try and lift yourself up a bit tall. Your hands are going to be linked behind your back. So the arm is around my knee and my hands are linked. Just look in front of your shoulder. Okay, let's place the hands on the floor again. We're going to walk forward with the hands, come into a down dog. And then crouch. This time you can jump forward if you want to, or you're going to walk forward. Forward fold. Sweep your arms up into chair pose, wide prayer, and breathing, reach up to the ceiling, and breathe out, hands to chest. Deep breath in and out. Let's do that again. Sun salute. Reach up and swan dive, forward fold. Chest to thighs. Flat back and forward fold. Step your left foot back, then your right foot into plank. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, plank to floor, breathe in cobra, and breathe out down dog. Now make sure you're nice and even on both sides. So when we're doing postures using both sides of our body, I just want you to move your weight around a little bit and see which side wants to do most of the work. And then I want you to try and get as even as you can. Okay, crouch, look between your thumbs. This time left foot forward, right foot forward, forward fold, and then flat back, forward fold. Nice big sun salute, circle arms back, reach up to the ceiling, and breathe out, hands to sides, back to chest. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Now this time we're going to roll our left foot forward, tighten the tummy, wrap the left foot around the right leg, toes on floor if you need the balance. Otherwise, foot to calf, or wrap your toes around the calf. And bring your arms forward. This time your left thumb goes over your palm, can you see? And then fingers go over the thumb. Place the fist under your chin. Place the palm under your elbow. Stay in this position or float your elbow to your knee. Now shoulders are downwards, tummy's in, spine is long. Take 3 breaths. Now unwrap your leg, tap it down to the floor if you need to, or just extend the leg back. Bring your arms into a T position, warrior 3, aeroplane wing arms. Pause here for a few breaths. Now lower the back foot down, toes down, then the heel. Lift your arms forward for archer. Turn your right hand into a fist. Left hand into a fist, draw it back. Open the chest. Check that your legs are nice and strong in the warrior 1 leg position. Turn your gaze to your front fist. Make sure you're aiming your arrow nice and straight. This is a very strong position. Beautiful stretch in the chest. And then release the arrow. Lift the arms up, straighten the front leg. You might like to bring your back leg a bit closer. Make sure the hips are nice and straight. And take your right hand on your hip and lift the arm. Reach it forward, far as you can for your reverse triangle. Take the hand outside the leg. Pull the tummy in, squeeze the butt together and rotate your rib cage, lifting your hand up to the ceiling, your top hand, or just keeping it on your hip. Take some nice deep breaths down to the belly. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to bend that knee and come into a reverse side angle pose. Lift the arm up to the ceiling. Okay, let's lower the hand down. One hand on either side of the front foot back into down dog. Let's take a nice big stretch here. Then crouch, look between your thumbs, walk or jump your feet forward, forward fold, and then sweep your arms up, chair pose, and lift up. Big breath in, breathe out, hands to chest. Deep breath in and out. Now we're going to go down to the floor shortly, so join me. Hands to sides in mountain pose. Deep breath in, sun salute, and breathe out, hands to chest, pull the tummy in, place one knee down and then the other. Let's place our hands down and come into a cat position. Now we're going to draw some nice big hip circles. So this is a lovely movement that's different to your usual daily movements. So let's breathe in, go forward, breathe out. Push the hips to the side. Now make sure that you work quite evenly on each side. Push out the same distance each side. That's it. Breathe in for half the movement, breathe out for the other half. And let's try two more. Let's go the other way now. Push the hips out. Now can we do this as easily the opposite direction? Does it feel even? All right, beautiful. Now we're going to do knee to nose. So take your right knee, breathe in, breathe out. Knee to nose, extend your leg back, look forward. Breathe out, knee to nose, breathe in, lift the leg. Knee to nose. Last one. Now we're going to shoot that leg back, bend the knee, and take the left hand, hold the top of the foot, push the foot into the hand, shoulders down, gaze at your foot. If you can't reach your foot, just lift your knee up and look towards your foot. Now, bring your foot forward and then bring your body weight forward. So you need to get your foot forward quite a bit. We've got a cow face pose. If this stretch is too wide for you, take a narrower stretch. Now let's lift the left hand up, take a nice stretch, and walk the shoulders down and the head lifted. You can take the arm behind the back for level 2, full cow face pose. Lick your fingers and lean forwards. Now lifting up, we're going to lower the hands down to the mat, bring the front foot back. We're going to do that to the other side. So knee to nose, extend the leg back, breathe in, breathe out, knee to nose, breathe in, extend the leg back, breathe out, knee to nose, leg back. Let's try that 2 more times. Last one, extend the leg back, bend the knee, take the opposite hand, hold the foot, press the foot in the hand, gaze at your toes. Now bring that foot forward, try to bring it a little bit extra forward, move your hips forward so your ankle lines up with your knee, you're getting quite a big hip stretch. This time left elbow, shoulders down, looking forwards, coming to cow face pose if you can. So if you can't quite reach on the other side, just do your best. Then lean forward, put a little bit more weight through that front leg. Okay, release. Place your hands down, bring your front foot back. Now we're going to do wag the dog's tail. So let's bring our hips to one side, look at the outer edge of the foot, and then change sides so the hip goes to the other side and we look at the outer edge of our foot. Now just notice if each side moves as easily as the other side. Can you see your foot clearly on both sides? Again, working towards making your body as even as possible with each movement. We're going to do one more each side. All right. Now, because we've missed a squat, we're going to go back into the squat. Now, we're going to take, this time, the left hand over to the right side. Right arm behind the back. This time you're going to see the bind a little more easily. Then that left arm around the knee, clasp the hands. You're going to lift the spine up a little bit taller and look in front of your shoulder. So you've got a lovely twist happening here. All right, beautiful. So now we've evened up our body. We can place our hands on the mat, knees down, come into a child's pose. So bring the arms by the side, the forehead down. Let the shoulders relax. Now from here you can go into a hair pose. So you're going to roll from the forehead to the crown of the head without lifting your head off the floor. The back of the neck should be nice and straight. You can lift your arms up just a little above your hips. You can also lift your feet up. Tighten your tummy. Now you can also go into our level 3 position, which is crane pose. Tuck toes under, lift the knees. So there's a lot of pressure on the top of the head, so perhaps you'd like a towel under your head. Please do this if you're experienced. Come into a full crane pose. Headstands can be done by experienced people. Be very careful. Control your movements up and down. So when you've finished placing the feet on the floor, lower your knees down, come back into child's pose. So roll from the top of the head to the forehead. Bring your arms to your sides and relax the shoulders. Then lift yourselves up. Move your body weight forward. You can cross your ankles, take a seat and extend your legs. Now, how did you go with evening up your body? Did you notice differences between each side of the body? If you did, you need to work a little bit more on your weaker side or your less stretchy side side that needs a little extra attention. So each time you do a movement, make sure that each side is working as evenly as possible. All right, so hands behind the knees. We're going to breathe in, lift up nice and tall, and breathe out. Walk the hands down the backs of the legs, and let's bring those knees to the chest and give them a nice big hug. Let's draw circles with the knees. And circle back the other way. You can lift your legs up to help the blood flow go back to the heart. Hold backs of legs or tighten your tummy. And draw your shoulder blades downwards, inwards. Chest open, tummy firm and flat. Let's rotate the ankles. Rotate them back the other way. Beautiful. And let's bring those knees to chest and arms in a T position. Lower your knees to one side and turn your head to the other. Breathe into your chest. Bring your knees to the ceiling and then lower them down to the other side. Turn your head the opposite way. Let's take a lie down on your back and bring your feet either as wide as your hips, drop your knees in, or come into a butterfly pose. So we can stretch our inner thighs. Now, elbows in the floor, lift the shoulder blades up, draw them downwards and inwards, so you flatten your back down, chest is open, hands, right hand on the heart centre, left hand on the belly. Lift the head up, tuck the chin, lengthen through the back of the neck. Start to breathe into the belly and soften the hips. If you want to, you can stay in your butterfly pose or extend your legs now. Let feet roll out to the side and keep your hands on your heart centre and belly, or just bring them by your sides, nice and comfortably. Relax into the hips. You can give your legs a little shake, drop your feet outwards. Get the inner thighs nice and soft. Breathe into the front of your body. Let your muscles relax. Now you can turn off the video and stay in relaxation for 5, 10 or 20 minutes. Turn the video on and join me to finish. Otherwise, you can finish with me now. Let's move the fingers and the toes. Breathe down to your belly. Walk your feet to the end position and roll to your side. Lift up to a seated position, sitting evenly on your sit bones, so you can lift them up, sit down, rest your hands on your knees, and gently lift your ribcage up, drop your chin down towards your collarbone. So try not to hold yourself up stiff and tight, keep it a little bit soft, check into shoulders, into hips, into waist, into legs, make sure they're comfy and even. Nice and relaxed in the back of the neck. Then bring your arms above your head in prayer. Touch the palms together, match the fingers, and breathe out, hands to sides and to chest. Let's take 3 breaths to energize our body. So breathing into the belly, into the rib cage, collarbones and back, and breathe out. Breathe into the belly, rib cage, collarbones and back, and breathe out. Take 1 more deep breath in at your own pace and let your breath out slowly. And have a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind and a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you feel more even. If you enjoyed this video, press like and make a comment. You can also subscribe to my channel for regular updates. Come and join me again.